Excellent. And if someone wanted to reach out to you guys or meet you, what's appropriate? Should they go to SEMA and try to shake your hand, or PRI, or a trade show, or a race, or do they reach out through LinkedIn? How do you like to be approached if someone has a pretty compelling story that might actually interest your brand? What's a good way for them to reach out to you?
Well, I can tell you my personal opinion about trade shows. Okay. So from a
Yeah, tell
sales
me.
standpoint, salespeople are there to sell, right? So I think a lot of us get a little bit annoyed when we get bombarded with people with sponsorships, because to me, it's not very personal, right? I think it's they're there because they know they've got a target rich environment. And I know they're walking around handing that same proposal to 100 different people. Okay. Not very personal. I prefer getting a phone call. Hey, I'm going to be at SEMA. Who team's going to be at SEMA. We'd really like to set up an appointment and maybe meet with you, show you what we can offer. That approach is way better than just like I call it cold calling at a trade show and try to hand us a deck to review while we're there. Now, from the marketing side, that might be different. Okay. From the sales side, the sales team is there. We're there. Our focus, we're spending money at that show to sell product to our customers.
Yes.
Okay. Now, usually we have a marketing team there, and Ben may have a different view of that, but from the sales side, that's kind of our opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with Bruce. A call is certainly better, possibly an introductory email, but the reality is I probably get no less than 5 email pitches a week. I get a lot of LinkedIn requests, probably daily, probably one a day. And the breadth of things we're trying to do in the marketing department, I wish I could respond to all of them, but I can't. I can't even take the time to read many of them. And so it's got to be either start with a relationship or start with a phone call, and maybe we schedule a meeting if we're at an event. Or we do a lot with video conference and Microsoft Teams and Zoom. So I don't even mind doing some of those things. But I think what sometimes people don't realize is simply how busy we are trying to run a business. And this is not the only thing we do in marketing or on the sales team to market the brand. So, that's where that opportunity cost comes in, because I know the 200 other campaigns I've got going on and what that return on ad spend is. So, and I've got to make those successful. So there's a limit on the amount of time we can spend, unfortunately, on responding to these pitches.
I think it's difficult a little bit with the nature of our product. Everybody needs to understand is that, number one, we're dealing with hazmat, right? Hazardous materials. We don't have the luxury of just at least on the race fuel side, you don't have the luxury of throwing in a box, paying a couple bucks freight and shipping it out to somebody, right? So it becomes a logistical challenge to do sponsorship programs when it comes to fuel. Now we've got a lot of other products that are a lot easier, okay? But the fuel does become a challenge. It's very expensive to ship. It's not very easy. You've got hazmat fees. You've got, when the customer gets it, it's how do you get it off? You receive a 400-pound drum. How do you move it around, right? So there are some challenges too when it comes to just the nature of the product that we deal with.